Every person has a story, but not everyone has a place to tell it. I'm Frank Swoboda. As a filmmaker for over 35 years, I've interviewed amazing people all over the planet. I want you to meet them. This week, the most interesting person you've never heard of is...
I'm Chef Adam Hegsted, the most interesting person you've never heard of. I'm interesting because I juggle 5 restaurants and still love eating in them every day and wouldn't do anything different.
Adam Hegsted.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the most interesting person you've never heard of podcast. And you're now taking the Amador taste test, and your answer is?
It's delicious. That's good.
Right?
Yeah. Where's it from?
It's from Napa. Aged in wine barrels.
Yeah, you get that. The finish for sure.
We're drinking the Chardonnay version.
Yeah, you get it.
Because
Definitely.
it's the cheapest one.
You get a little bit. You definitely get the Chardonnay sort of aromatics to it. It has like a little bit of that. I mean, obviously the oakiness is normally in whiskey, but it has like a little bit more rounder of a flavor.
Kind of a honey thing to it.
Yeah.
I just have never really been a huge
It's almost
whiskey
like malolactic, like Chardonnay. So you have like a little that tropical banana and.
It does. You're right.
Yeah.
Now that you say that.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're here, because I would never have noticed that stuff.
Yeah.
It's I just have never been a big whiskey fan because they're either too burny, they burn
Hot.
you,
Hot,
okay, or too sweet.
Oh yeah. When it's like caramely.
And I think this walks the
yeah.
balance, especially after you have like 3.
You know, when you have this is only my 0.5 here, so yeah, it does make a difference.
Yeah.
I think growing up with Jack Daniels, that's like the overly sweet.
Totally.
When you're a kid, you're like, oh, this is candy, and then when you're an adult, you're like, oh, this is candy.
My really good friend Tim, I was introduced to this because on my 50th birthday he bought me this bottle.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not a big whiskey guy.
Yeah.
I'm more of a gin guy. And I drink scotch for a while.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, I finally found one I can drink.
That you like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I get him, he is a big freaking Jack Daniels guy.
Okay.
It's like, I hate that stuff.
Yeah.
And, but I get him the top shelf Jack.
Which is really good.
Is
high
really
quality,
good.
Great stuff. Yeah.
I love that stuff. Not as good as this.
Yeah.
But I give it to him. I think I probably told this story 10 times on this podcast. I apologize if anybody even listens to this. But we drink it. We start drinking on his 50th birthday at his place on Ponderay River. And my wife, Johanna, has a couple with us. And she's like, I'm going to bed. And
I've had enough.
We're getting up the next morning to play golf at like 9 or something.
Yeah.
And we finish the bottle.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are you still going tomorrow? He goes, we'll see you in the morning. I'm like, yeah, you will. Sure you will. And we both get up and we're like there. And I'm like, how do you feel? And he goes, I feel good. I go, me too.
Yeah.
We're like, wait a minute. Expensive booze doesn't give you a hangover? It took me 50 years to figure that out.
Yeah, which I think it's crazy. But you don't learn that until you don't have a hangover. It's that same thing.
You don't learn until...
When you have
I don't get hangovers.
High quality gin, tequila, vodka, any of those. When you're in that higher echelon, you almost never feel like... I mean, obviously you're going to be dehydrated and your brain's a little slow, but
not comparatively to the crappy stuff we grew up on or Jack Daniels basic.
Yeah, with sugar and all the additives and all that stuff. Yeah.
Too much stuff. Wow.
Yeah.
So... What made you want to be a chef, first of all? How did that journey start? I know you were a dishwasher first. I've been given some advance notice here.
I just love to eat. I mean, that's really where it comes from.
We have that in common.
It's just like, well, first I started out, I wanted to be a baker. Because that's what I was introduced to first for cooking. And then the more I got to do baking, I was like, this isn't for me. Because it's just very... You mix together all the stuff, you're like A, B, C, D, follow these very specific instructions that are very, specific amounts. And then you mix it together and you sometimes ferment it, sometimes just throw it in the oven. And then you hope that whatever thing you just spent 45 minutes on is going to be good. Or sometimes you take it out, it's a brick, or it's doughy or shitty or whatever.
So it's a bit of a whim, huh?
Yeah. And so then I switched to cooking where... If it's not going so well, you can add some stuff to it and
bring it back to life.
You can bring it back to life.
Save your ass.
Yeah, unless you salted the hell out of it. But mostly you can bring it back. And
baking, man, it's done.
It's a science. It's a science. And it's just I'm not as good at that sort of stuff.
You're not a scientist.
Yeah. I mean, I can bake and I can make good bakery products, but it's not my passion.
Is it true that you have to get up a lot earlier in the morning if you own a bakery, dude? Those guys are like 3 a.m.
Yeah, I used to be a baker at Marie Callender's, and I'd have to be there at like 4:30, 5 in the morning, and I was like, oh, this is for the birds. This is not for me. Like, it's cold and dark, and it's kind of cool because there's no one there, but also it's that's
not cool. There's no one there.
There's nobody there. Yeah, there's no one to chat with, or you're just kind of in your own thing. But
wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So
I'm just not a morning person.
So are you from here? Where did you grow up?
Yeah, I grew up in the Spokane Valley.
Crazy.
Yeah, I grew up in Spokane Valley.
So the question is, what high school?
U-High University.
Okay.
Yeah.
Haley just left a U-High.
Oh,
you guys could have bonded. No, wait. She's CV. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's pretty close. That's pretty close.
Enemy.
I mean,
it's
it is
evil empire. What are you talking about?
Arch enemies, but
glad she left then.
Yeah. Get out of here.
Get out of here, CV Bear.
Yeah, healthily fed and.
Wow. So, where was your first job in this?
Marie Callender's. That was my first job.
That was your first job.
No, I applied at maybe. I don't know, 30 places in the valley.
Were you in high school then, or what?
In high school? Yeah, I was 16.
And you like to eat, so I'm going to do this.
No, I didn't know. I just applied 30 places.
You just wanted a job.
I just needed a job. I just needed to, for the wheels. I needed to be able to have some gas money.
Oh, right. Well, especially in the valley, man.
Yeah,
it's all about the car.
You got, and you're going to be driving. You're not going to be walking. There's no downtown. There's no downtown.
There's no public transportation in the valley. No.
Yeah. So. Then I applied all these places and I got one call back and I got that job and that was it. And dishwashing is, I don't mind doing dirty jobs. Like I kind of like it because it's just quiet. No one really messes with you. Just kind of grind and do the dishes, do your job, and then you go home. And I don't mind that so much as doing the hard work. But I used to like look up at the line cooks and be like, oh, I want to be one of those rock stars. I want to see, those guys were the badasses in the kitchen. And so then eventually I was a dishwasher for like a year and a half, which is a long time to be a dishwasher as in the restaurant industry. But I also was head brunch cook. So that was kind of weird. But eventually I moved my way onto the line and did everything really at Marie Callender's, which really helped me along my career later on because they had all of these. They had, recipe books, recipes for.
It was like a nice place back then.
It was literally made from scratch. Everything.
But that place was good.
Yeah. Like lasagna from scratch, pot roast, fish and chips. Like all their pies were all made from scratch.
Just like comfort food, man.
Yeah, which is so unique because it's a corporate restaurant. But then they still made everything from scratch, which is I just happened to get lucky and do that because then later on I was like, okay, well you have all these people that. Don't really have skills in Marie Callender's. They go in there just to be a cook to get a job. They're reading the book. This is how to make French onion. They follow this, and then you have French onion. They don't really know how to make it. They're just following the book. So anyone could pick that book up across the country and make French onion soup the exact same way.
The Bible.
Yeah, across from California to Spokane to wherever else they have them.
Right.
And so I took that idea, and now I have that at the restaurant. And then when I went to the Coeur d'Alene Casino, where it was tough to find skilled cooks up there. I took the same thing. Okay, here's your book. You read that. That's how you make the food.
Whirly's out in the middle of nowhere, really.
Yeah, you only have.
I guess it's not that far from the valley, really, if you think about it. But
it's like 45 minutes.
But there's a mind. Yeah. It's
and
psychologically far away.
People, and you're getting paid close to the same amount to drive 45 minutes. You're just gonna stay wherever you're at.
Right. Gas more. Yeah.
So
on the dishwasher side, I always have a couple. So my wife was she was a dishwasher. Mm-hmm. She worked at Moontime. We were talking about that a little bit ago. Yeah. But she worked at a couple other places with server. But she said, she was told this or believed it. And her son Keenan was a dishwasher at Rockwood Bakery. Taylor worked there too.
Yeah.
And she said she used to tell him like, this is the most important job in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Because if it goes down, you're host. You got no restaurant.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't function. You can't function without it. Yeah.
Right. So there's something about that.
Yeah. I mean, and sometimes you'll get like I won't say a career dishwasher, but it's like somebody who It's fine, just washing dishes. Maybe it's like a second job, but he's, maybe they're a little bit older and this is like a little side job for them.
Right.
And they stick around forever. And you're like, this is amazing because they build a cornerstone in your restaurant because that's taken care of. You don't got to worry about it.
Really.
Yeah.
If you can get one of those.
If you can
people.
find one.
Yeah, if you can find one. They're rare. Yeah, exactly. So where'd you go from after Marie Callender's?
So Marie Callender's, let's see. And then, so I worked there for a while. I went to culinary school in Spokane. It's SEC.
Oh yeah. I've heard that's a great program.
It's a great program. They teach you how to be a really good cook and a lot of the fundamentals. And then I went on, I wanted to learn a little more. So
let me ask you about that. Do you think that, at least today, that's important or not?
It's kind of a
culinary school.
Yeah, it basically gives you the knowledge that you would learn in 5 to 10 years of industry in 2 years. And so you have you basically get those. And, if you're working it depends what kind of restaurant you're working in. You're not going to always learn how to make stock. You're not always going to learn how to break down fish because each restaurant only does, their things.
Right. Some of them don't need to do that.
Yeah. Well, in culinary school, you're kind of doing, you're doing a little bit of Vietnamese. You're doing you're breaking down whole chicken, whole salmon, making stock.
You're getting introduced to
small amounts of things. Yeah. And you're not going to go out and open a restaurant after that because you don't have all that skill set. But at least you're getting introduced to it and you're getting a proficient level, a base level of those things. And then I graduated from there and I moved to Seattle. And
all good chefs do.
Yeah.
From Spokane.
Yeah. And I went to culinary school again at Art Institute of Seattle.
Why twice?
Oh, well, because my mom, she really wanted me to get like a real education.
You're like, Mom, this is what I want to do.
Not a blue collar.
Make me
not
feel
a blue,
good, will you? Go to the Art Institute.
Yeah, just do something else that is not a blue collar job. But then I just went to culinary school again, and really what that helped though is like after graduating from SEC, because I had a really good grasp of the fundamentals and it was pretty successful there. I could skip past all of that stuff in the Art Institute and really just work one-on-one with the teachers and were able to like glean a lot more out of it. Because, people that are just barely understanding things, are getting their hand held a little bit. Well, I could skip past those things and really dive into what those teachers specifically knew.
You became a teacher's pet.
I did, yeah.
Right?
Well, and sometimes they would even like ask me questions like, "Oh, what do you think about this or that?" And I'm like, "Oh, this is kind of cool."
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because I had at that point I had a point of reference where I learned I had those base things, and they wanted to see what I had learned too.
So, at what point do you go, I've got a vision for what I want to do, and I could be better than these dudes? Was there a day where you're like, because I don't know, in my industry, I always say filmmaking and mostly, but there are teachers who teach that.
Yeah.
But they have no idea what they're doing because they're not doing the day-to-day.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, you don't really know what the hell's going on in this because you got to do it every day.
Yeah. And they rely on industry leaders to come in and tell them what's missing.
Right.
Yeah. And that's exactly why I work with the school. The same thing. Like, it'll be like, okay, what do you think we're missing here and there? And
So you do that now?
Yeah.
Oh, really? What do you do?
Yeah. We'll just meet. Just like there's an advisory meeting that I've been on for a while. On and off, and they just kind of ask like, what do you think we're missing? And everyone kind of for the culinary program and specifically.
That's cool that you're a graduate and they're proud of you. And plus you can.
I'm on the board. I'm on the board for the community colleges of Spokane.
You?
Yeah.
Get out of here!
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Of course you should be. I mean, that's great.
Well, I just think it's like a way to give back too. I love this community, and I want people to make better restaurants, and that's a piece of it. Is believe in your community, helping them build better. Students and eventually chefs.
I do too. I love this place.
Yeah.
So that, what do you learn more? What do you learn? You got to learn something from them when you do that though. Yeah. What do you learn?
There is like getting the connection with the students. So I like to, that's kind of the trade-off is I get to go in there and say hi to people and, find some people that maybe would be interested in working for us or some people that, I would say 90% of what we're looking for is attitude. And so they'll kind of give us a direction. Hey, this guy's a really good, has really great attitude. And it's not so much skills because they're in culinary school to learn that, obviously.
Passion.
Yeah, passion. And not only passion, but just like someone who wants to work hard and knows they need to work hard to get there.
Right.
Because that's what it is. It's just grinding. I mean, especially in the beginning of your career, you're just grinding. You're just working to figure out what you don't know. Listening, like people that listen, because you have some people who get out of culinary school and think they know everything, and they're not listening. They're just like telling and thinking they know.
Yeah, I would like to say there's two kinds of people that enter their career: people that don't know anything and admit it, and people that don't know anything and pretend they do.
Yeah. Well, and if you're being honest with yourself, no matter where you're at in your career, you don't really know that much. There's so much stuff in whatever field you're picking.
You don't know shit about anything, really.
No, I don't know anything about Northern Indian cuisine.
Right.
I don't know anything about what they're making, in this obscure town in Mexico. Like, I know a broad stroke of Mexican cuisine, but I don't know that specific thing. I don't know how this grandma, created this, where it came from, all these like culture, things that were built into the cuisine. So that's one thing I really do love about my job, is it's endless. Like the amount of knowledge and things you can learn from cultures and people is just endless. There's just so much.
Wow. Yeah, of course.
And once you think you know everything, that's when you don't know shit.
That's when you're in trouble.
That's when you're in trouble, yeah.
So you come out of there, did you your mom must unfortunately have known, I think this is a restaurant guy. I think we got a chef on our hands here.
Yeah, well, I think my uncle had like dipped his toe.
Not going to be a doctor.
Yeah, you're not going to be a doctor. Yeah, he's a mongrel.
I wouldn't say that. Chefs are not mongrels.
It's a tough job. Like you're working. You're working all holidays. You're working nights.
Yeah.
And even going to culinary school, I remember getting up at 5 a.m, work till 12:30 or 1, and then do it again. And then you just kind of sleep on your weekends. But that's just kind of what it is in the beginning. You're just grinding. You're just working, and especially if you're going to school and working, you kind of do both.
And when you came out of that school, where were you at? Did you think I'm going to own my own restaurant someday?
You did ask that. So what was the change? So that was let's see.
Was there a point where you're like, I think I want to do this?
That actually came when I was at the casino. I mean, I always had the idea of having one restaurant. I always wanted to have this little cafe, kind of Italian-y sort of cafe that was sort of, I don't know, kind of rustic.
Did you ever do it? Not yet.
No, not really.
You need to do that.
I know. It'd probably go well.
Yeah.
But I just...
I used to live in Garland.
Okay.
And when my kids were little, and it was just there's a little house. It's still there. It's like this little gray house. It's like end of the block down.
Which are the coolest restaurants, by the way.
Yeah. But no, there was my wife at the time and I had gone. There's this great restaurant in San Diego, and it's this yellow house. Yeah. And they have incredible breakfast. Yeah. And it was just like, this is the coolest place ever. Yeah. There's one in oh my God. I can't remember where. McCall. In McCall, Idaho, there's one.
Yeah. I've seen a couple in Portland and Seattle.
House, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's this little gray house kind of right by this like chiropractor building on Garland. Yeah. Across from where Porter's Barbershop is kind of. And where I was like, a little Italian restaurant in that neighborhood would be so killer.
Yeah. Well, like Clover used to be over there.
Clover, that used to be by GU.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like, Clover was great.
It's such a cool atmosphere.
Dude, you go upstairs and you're in the attic and you're kind of crammed in. Who cares? The food was great.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You still got to do that.
I think it'd be cool. Yeah. Yeah. Anyone's got a house they want to convert to a restaurant.
I got one. My house would be actually awesome. Yeah. I mean, parking's an issue.
But we do have, one of our restaurants is in a little house. It's the oldest house in Post Falls.
Oh, right.
So in Republic. Yeah.
Republic. So that was fairly early on, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And it literally was a rental house before we moved in there.
So. Did you have to totally transform it?
No, it slowly transformed. Like at first, I was like, I'll just make do with what I got in here. And then it wasn't restaurant quality and it was difficult. So we just, as we got money, we just kept improving.
So that dream of yours, was that one of the places?
No, I've always had that in the back of my mind. And then at the casino, I was doing wandering table pop-up. And so, I'd do a dinner once a month for 30 people, 11 courses. And it was literally whatever I felt like doing, me and my brothers. And just obscure stuff, funky stuff, classic things, kind of all mixed together. and people they bought a ticket and then they come and they get what they get. And it was kind of a cool experience. I learned a lot.
Was that at people's houses or where was it?
It was at rooftops and in gardens and by the river, by the beach. It was in vineyards all over the place.
And this is when the advent of online and you could do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it was a little gray. Like, I don't think the health department was super happy about it because I wasn't necessarily licensed. I'd be like doing it in a licensed kitchen, but then I was like bringing all the food to like this obscure location. And
I mean, it's what's different than a caterer?
It's essentially a catering. It's catering, but I just didn't have the license for it.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll cut this part out.
I mean, that was like whatever. That was like 15 years ago. They don't care.
No,
yeah.
You're grandfathered out of that by now. You're safe. You're in the clear. But that must have been fun, though.
Oh, it was an amazing experience. It was tough. It was a lot. It's a lot of work, to set up a kitchen in the middle of nowhere, and you have to have water, and you have to have sanitation, you have to have hot warmers and cooking utensils and like all this stuff, and set up a table for 30 people and silverware and glassware and plates. Like, it's a lot to lug.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just my passion. And so when that was like kind of taking off, I was at the casino at the time, and I just kind of got tired of you're kind of doing middle of the road food there. You're not really making like really nice stuff, or you're not really making, it's not low bar stuff. You're just kind of making middle of the road because that's kind of the clientele that's there. And
it's changed there since even.
Yeah, it's changed a little bit.
They've got different restaurants now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And so I wanted to go out on my own, and so I left my cozy job, my high-paying job with insurance and all that, to risk, put my house on the line and everything to try one restaurant, which I
How old were you?
Let's see, 13 years ago. So I was 12. No, I was about about 30-ish, 32, and
prodigy chef Adam Hegsted.
Yeah. So I had met Jim Frank from Greenstone, and he was developing Kendall Yard. So David Blaine was putting his restaurant. He came from the chef from Lake Bistro.
Yep, I know both those guys. Jim did this podcast.
Oh yeah.
And David, I've known David's sister Vicky dated my brother in high school.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
And we put David in the STCU campaign, and it really kind of helped.
Oh yeah,
on the West Central stuff, it really helped kind of get him solidified at Central Food and that whole thing. But he's a great dude.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He stopped, like he walked away.
No, he's a chef at Cisco.
So, is he?
Yeah, he's still a chef.
I wonder where he went. I didn't know.
Yeah, he just wanted a cozy job.
Good for him.
Yeah, restaurants are hard. It's so stressful.
Are hard.
Yeah, it's so stressful.
But he looks so good in that white coat and thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all about that.
Yeah, but now he's like, now he gets to be cozy and be healthy and not be so stressed.
That son of a bitch.
Yeah. Such an asshole.
He is.
Doing a cozy
Yeah,
job.
he's a confident dude. Let's put it that way.
He is,
I love David. No, that's rad. I miss him. Wow.
So then I met Jim.
Yes.
Jim from Greenstone, and he was developing with Kendall Yards, and he had asked if I'd be interested in opening a restaurant over there, Wandering Table, making that a solid brick and mortar restaurant, because he had been to the dinners a couple times and hosted a couple for me. And so I said, yeah, that's what I'd love to do. And so he helped me kind of get that together while Wandering Table was developing the spot next door, which is Yards Brunchin. He was like, well, they have a shared patio, and what do you think about doing both of those? You've had experience.
Morning, night.
Yeah, well, and you have experience like running multiple restaurants, and it would have been difficult to have a shared patio with two different owners and all this. And I was like, oh, okay, that sounds great. I feel pretty confident about that. And then while those two were getting built, he had this cafe in Liberty Lake, and so which actually ended up being the first restaurant. It was a cafe for about 2,000 employees for Liberty Mutual and Safeco and Providence.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And so we were running a
corporate
cafe. Yeah.
Really?
So that was actually the first restaurant, and a bakery. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was your first one.
That was the first one, and then from there, I just kept finding people that wanted us to open a restaurant or were interested in that. Gilded Unicorn was next, and then I was helping the people out of the cellar, so which actually became Honey. Mark and Tom, the owners.
Where's Honey?
Coeur d'Alene, downtown Coeur d'Alene.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, 4th and
I just
Sherman.
saw that. Yeah, it was just by it. Yeah.
Yeah. But that was my first chef job. It was Brick's Restaurant in downtown Coeur d'Alene.
Okay.
And that was kind of the first place I was able to do like farm to table kind of cuisine when I got out of culinary school. So it was kind of funny.
So how did Jim find you?
He came to one of the dinners.
So he just wandering table popped up, heard about it somehow?
Yeah.
No idea where?
No. Yeah. Actually, and then he hosted one at Kendall Yards when it was still pretty rustic. I'll say that.
Yeah,
pretty rustic.
He's an amazing dude, man. He's always got his antennas out for like cool stuff.
Yes, he's a very smart guy.
Yeah, and I remember, I got introduced to your stuff then at Wandering Table because that's the first time I was like, whoa, where's this? And I remember you being a pretty decorated dude by then. Did you not win some stuff? Tell me about this. I know you won't ask about this, but it's James Beard.
Yeah, I cooked at the James Beard house. They invited me to come cook in Manhattan.
So what is that?
So basically, it's like they invite some of the best chefs in the world in the United States to come cook at literally James Beard's house in Manhattan. And so you're cooking for one night in Manhattan, and people buy tickets to it. And it's just kind of a big deal. It's a fundraiser for James Beard, but it's a big deal to get invited because they only invite a certain amount of people per year.
And who's James Beard?
James Beard was James Beard Foundation is a foundation that recognizes chefs, restaurateurs, people in the hospitality business. It's kind of like the Oscars for the food world.
Yeah.
And so James Beard is the people who put on that sort of presentation, I guess. Event, yeah. And each year they pick, a handful of people to be nominated. There's a group of people that nominate, and then those people go on to the next level where people at James Beard help, kind of finalize that list, and then it goes on to, a final thing where they vote. But
how did you get nominated? Do you have any idea, or did you say like I'm gonna try for this?
No idea. No idea.
Somebody nominated you?
Yeah. Well, and we had never been Spokane. We had never been on the food scene on the national radar ever. Like
that, I believe.
Like it just wasn't there. I mean, our food was sort of run of the mill. Our most popular burger for years running was Red Robin. Like it's just where corporate chains came, and they thrived because
there are a lot of options.
There wasn't a lot of options, and people's palate were just kind of that mid level, and they just didn't have a lot of experience outside of that.
Yeah.
So with David Blaine, we had met at. I'd known him for a while, but we decided to meet in Quillsasket in Rice, Washington. This is before Wandering Table even. And it was Jeremy Hansen and Luke, actually he does Terrain now, but he was with the
Luke Baumgartner,
the Inlander, awesome. And Kevin Finch, who now does Big Table, a couple food writers, and then some other chefs in there. Curtis Smith I think he came the second year. Anyway, a handful of chefs. And we talked about like what was the different. What came out in the New York Times was Portland's golden age of dining. And so what we talked about was, why can't Spokane be that? Why can't Spokane have a golden age of dining? Why can't we get to where Portland is?
Right.
And the answer is that we didn't have independent restaurants. We didn't have chefs that were like doing their own thing. So what all of us did independently is I did Wandering Table. David did a burger pop-up. Jeremy had his restaurant, and he was kind of
Santé.
Santé. He was doing something.
It was a great restaurant.
Yeah. So all of us sort of started doing these independent offshoots, and that's actually the start of our like food scene that we have here. And then over time, through actually consciously growing that and like nurturing the chefs that are here. And that's what Crave is about. There's a Crave Food Festival and the Crave TV show. All of that is literally trying to nurture the people that are here and get them to stay instead of feeling like they need to move to Portland or Seattle or Chicago or whatever. And but it all came from that, us just talking as chefs and collaborating,
having a beer.
Yeah,
that's how everything starts.
Yeah. Well, and it's just that small little thing. Now we have great restaurants here. We have great restaurants. We have some restaurants that are nationally recognized, and people can stay here to make a career, and we have as good a food as anywhere else. So,
thank you.
Yeah, it's
by
cool.
the way, because I remember. No, seriously, I remember probably about that time. The Inlander did an article that I thought was really clever. It was really right on, and it was, what Spokane is missing is creativity.
Yeah. Well, because
you're missing innovation and creativity.
You don't get that because you have an owner who doesn't want to take a risk. They have their investment, right? And they're like, oh, well, this is the blue cheese burger is the most popular burger at Red Robin, so let's emulate that because that's what people like because it's the most popular burger. So let's do that, and let's do a copy of this, and then you end up with like everyone sort of having this generic, same old menu, because people aren't willing to take a risk. They're not willing to, put something obscure on the menu that may or may not sell.
If it doesn't work,
Yeah.
and the margins are so thin, you're out of business.
No, it's literally our rule. I would say 10% of our menus are stuff that we know probably won't sell, but it may, and that's, I am okay with that, because I want to keep innovating and making some food that I'm personally interested in.
Right. You got to love what you make.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Exactly. I mean, I got to make a movie 20 years ago, and it's like, at some point you're like, I got to like this.
Yeah.
I'm making this for me. And I'm betting there's other people that are like me that like that.
And if they don't, then
okay.
I'll try again.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. But, it worked enough, and that's kind of where you're at.
Well,
too.
and even sometimes, like, we'll have a dish that's successful in one restaurant, and we'll switch it over to the other restaurant, and it just doesn't work. Like, It could be one of our most popular things in one place, and you move it over here, and it doesn't fit.
Yeah. Can I thank you for Frances?
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Not first that it's named after me, which I appreciate. But it's in my neighborhood, and we're close to. But it's where my kids go, and I go for brunch.
Oh,
the staff is phenomenal. We just like know them. They're like becoming friends. They're like, that's your table. They got like and it's. I've told the story about South Perry, but we did an SDCU campaign for South Perry Pizza years ago. Mm-hmm. Krista Kautzman and Pat, and her mom and dad bought this thing and took a chance. There was nothing there but the lantern. Yeah. And it was a sketch neighborhood. Yep. And it's like that campaign put it on the map. Yeah. And then people showed up, and I remember standing there in line with her, or trying to get in one day, and I'm like, what? There's a line to get into South Perry Pizza. Like, I go, Krista, what the hell's going on? She's like, I go, how long? She's like, 30 minutes. Yeah. And I'm like, 30 minutes? She goes, this is your fault. And I'm like, it kind of was. Like I always say, that's,
the neighborhood has
that's
changed.
economic development.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Is putting something great on the map so people know where it is.
Yeah.
And then people showed up. They came from all over.
That's
they came from Coeur d'Alene for
Kendall Yards is the same thing. Like,
same thing.
It's a conscious effort to put some new life into a neighborhood that creates a place where people want to live. That's exactly what Jim would say too.
Exactly. I went to Indicana last night.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there, and I'm like, I feel like a person was like, where do you feel like we are right now? We're not in Spokane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I feel like we're in Portland. Yeah, I do feel like we're in Portland. That just the vibe of it, and the whole, in fact, that whole street now is just, it's a destination now.
It is. Yeah.
And it just took one thing after another to
sometimes
to work that
they
way.
fail, sometimes they go, it's like, I mean, even Casper Fry, I really love Casper Fry. That's literally why I opened that place, because I love that restaurant.
I did too.
I love the feel of it.
Yeah,
I love
the atmosphere. Phenomenal.
Yeah, it was like inconsistent. I'm sure there were some things that contributed to that.
Correct. But the atmosphere, killer.
Yeah.
And you guys benefited from that, took it over, and the food's great.
Yeah.
It's consistent, and
and really
I love it.
It's bistro food, but we're kind of mixing in a little Northwesty stuff. We're mixing a little my own flavor and a little bit of the chef's thumbprint.
But it's got a real French style to it.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
There's no
definitely.
doubt.
Yeah.
Like you guys have stayed with that.
No, definitely. That's the basis of it.
Yeah, that is the basis of it.
Well, I think the space is cool.
It's the plants, man.
Yeah.
Who does the plants? Does Fern do your plants? Those guys are great.
No, that's us. That's
you
all
do that
us.
yourself?
Yeah.
It's like a terrarium.
Yeah. Well, our manager there has a green thumb. But
apparently.
Yeah. Like all the restaurants, I just design I just sit there and come up with a bunch of shit, and then I throw it on the wall, and I'm like, that looks pretty good.
I remember going to the yards though, and I had the only complaint I had about that sort of style and era of restaurant is it's so fucking loud in there.
Oh,
it's
God,
like bing bing, there's these big cool spaces that are cool.
Yeah,
but like
it's crazy loud in there. Yeah, we had to always like try and figure out ways to like mitigate that.
But the food's fantastic. I kind of don't care. Yeah, but like you've had to wrestle with
we
that
talked
stuff,
about Frank's
right?
Diner a little bit, because it seems like it's been there in your mind, in my mind, even though I know how long it's been there. You go to eat there and you're like, this has been here from the 20s or something. It's like,
it's got that
it feels
vibe.
like that.
It does.
And so Yards, I was trying to do the same thing. Like, I wanted to feel like it's from the 50s or something, but it still has this modern sort of
you're
like
right.
feel
Where's the
to
jukebox?
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
you kind of do. But the food's fantastic.
But you're right. The sound in there has been there's two things.
The bane of your existence.
No, it's two things. So one would be the sound. The second one is the wait. Like, that's our number 2 comment, or like,
oh, really?
2 comments. It's like, I came here and I had to wait 45 minutes. Like, it's just
popular. Yeah, that's a good problem to have.
It's funny.
I served myself instead of you, but
it's funny. Yeah.
Oh, too much. Oh well, we'll deal. Wow. So you've got this pretty amazing eat good group.
Yep.
I imagine
It's just,
I have this theory about
before you go on from there, I'm going to
Yes.
tell you that the name is just the most generic thing ever.
I love it. I think it's cool.
And that's, I mean, it's just funny. Like, it just didn't, I didn't,
Shut up and eat good.
yeah, I didn't really literally think about it at all. Like, you know, I
Well,
was,
it's kind of a holding company, isn't it?
yeah, but it's like the only reason it's called that is because of that little cafe I was talking about. I was like, I just need something that's, you know, kind of generic, and it was called Eat Good Cafe, and so I'm like, Eat Good Group, whatever.
Let's call it that. Well,
Yeah.
Corner Booth Media is the worst name for a media company. But we've been around 25 years, so I guess.
so whatever.
Whatever. It's
Yeah,
fine.
what's in the name? It's
You
fine.
grow into the brand.
You do.
You do grow into the brand.
Yeah.
But I would imagine that as you're spinning all these plates, which literally must have just been nuts.
Yeah.
Like starting one.
Oh
But
my
there's
God,
also
I grew way too fast.
But there's also an economic reality that you have to.
Yeah.
You have to have a lot of these.
Yeah. So
Don't you?
I would say one restaurant.
I'm guessing this.
One restaurant is much, much harder than 3.
Right.
I mean, as far as
Just like kids.
okay, not like it's not like I mean, it's way obviously it's harder for the management of it, but as far as like money goes, because you get like at 3 you have like a little bit of a better buy on your products. There's just
You're
like
buying in bulk.
things are a little more efficient. You can float your chefs a little bit. I can float a little bit instead of just being stuck to one place. If we have a bad month over here, then we can kind of float it with the other 2.
That's what I mean.
Because it just happens. It's
Right.
inevitable.
It's a volume thing.
Yeah. You have one place that does great in the winter and one place that does not so good in the winter.
They
And
carry
so-
each other.
Yeah.
They have to.
Yeah.
And especially in a town like this.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't just rely on
There's just a
one
little bit
restaurant.
of economies of scale.
This is not New York.
Yeah. Well, and then our marketing, like we're able to use whatever, you know, we bounce stuff on social, and then now we can bounce it across 5 places or 6 places instead of just one
That's
little
right.
voice.
That's right.
And it's amplified.
think
So
it's
there's like
brilliant.
those economies of scale help.
Plus, you don't get bored.
Yeah, I never get bored. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's real.
Yeah, that
Because
is true.
at some
Yeah.
point, I feel like I am this too. I'm an artist, and I'm also dealing in commerce.
Yeah.
I mean, the work we do tells the
It
story
changes.
that we
Your
think
job
is,
changes.
we think it's art sometimes,
Yeah.
and it shows up like that.
Yeah.
But it's still a business.
Yeah.
And you get to kind of practice.
Yeah,
all of
there's
that.
a little bit of both. So like craft is your day to day. Craft is like what you do. You come into work, you know, this is A, B, C, this works, I do this, and that's my formula. The art happens when you're doing that 10% where you don't really care if anyone watches it or eats it or whatever, you know. I mean, even opening a restaurant is really an art because I think, well, I really loved for Frances, for example, it was the restaurant in Florida Sol in Post Falls.
Yeah, I
I
love Florida
love
Sol.
that
Oh my
place, and
I used
Laurent
to say the
Patricia.
the best 2 restaurants in Spokane are in Post Falls.
Yeah. Well, I love that place, and so I missed it, and so I'm like, and I love.
And you love the owner that would yell at his wife the whole time too. That was my favorite part.
Well, actually, that's why
In French.
that's actually why I have more than one restaurant, because I went there one day and he was cooking, and I'm like, oh, fuck that.
Hey, I'm not doing that shit. What are you
I'm like,
talking
I don't
about?
want to be cooking on the line when I'm like, yeah.
No wonder
So-
he yelled at his wife.
Yeah. It's so sweaty and hot and been working 12 hours. Yeah.
The food was so good though.
It was so good.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so that place closed. And then I was like, I know there's a gap here because I miss a French restaurant. And there's some great French restaurants in Seattle and New York and Chicago and, you know, Portland. And I'm like, we were missing it. That's a piece we're missing. Same with Baba. Like, I felt like we were missing a Mediterranean place that was really a little more authentic and a little more, you know, had quality ingredients and handmade pita and like all this stuff.
And not quite an Indian restaurant.
And
but
not, yeah, exactly. It's like Middle Eastern
Middle
and
Eastern.
Mediterranean. And It's a
Right.
little bit of both those things mixed together.
because I think we have some good Indian restaurants.
Great Indian restaurants.
I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, I think they're really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that mix you kind of want.
Well, and like,
And
It-
not a lot of Greek restaurants. So you're
Not a lot of
probably
Greek
bringing some of that.
Yeah.
There used to be a couple.
well, and
good
White
ones.
House has been around forever again.
Well, and that's the other
they're
one.
so successful. Yeah.
Dude, give me some more garlic.
Yeah. So I'm like looking at all these and I'm like, okay, well, here's the hole we're missing. And so I, you know, I put together my ideas, what I think this restaurant should be. I put all the shit on the walls and I train the staff and I do all these things and I hope that people will come, you know. And then there's like a time where it just fails for a while because it's basically
How
2
scary
years.
is that?
It's pretty stressful. Like, I mean, España is, so we closed España. Incrediburger, we closed that during COVID.
Yeah, I
and
like that place.
I still miss
that
the
place.
burgers. Honestly, I still miss the burgers. Yeah. But COVID.
That's a tough spot.
It actually was doing fine until COVID, and then everyone left downtown. They went to go work at home. And so then we had a gap where we had to like figure out to do something different. We did España, which maybe Spokane wasn't exactly there for, because they weren't used
Where
to.
was that?
In the Incrediburger space.
Oh, same spot. Dempsey's.
Dempsey's, yeah. Yeah.
Dempsey's Brass Rail.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And
my wife's favorite place in high school.
Well, I know, and that was around for
Totally.
I don't, probably like 30 or 40 years or something.
Forever.
A really long time.
Really long time.
Yeah. So, and then we tried the España, and it just didn't. It was basically, I was losing so much money, and I was like, do I want to lose money for another year? Because that's the cycle of a restaurant is for no matter how many restaurants open, we basically fail for like 2 years. So like, you have a good month, a bad month, good month, bad month, and you're kind of like in the shits for like 2 years until people figure it out and decide they want to eat there on a regular basis. And I just, at that point, as I think we refined the food and got the service down and all these things, but then I was like, I don't want to invest another $200,000, sink all this money from our other restaurants into this place for it to, it's a hard decision to make every time.
How much does it cost to start a restaurant?
Oh man,
guess.
Well, it just changes all the time.
Right.
So if I was to start
what's the range?
Let's say, I mean, it obviously depends on the building. So if I was to take over a restaurant that's already operating, you're just cleaning it up and kind of doing that, that's a lot less money. But then you're talking about your operating costs, which could be, oh man, I would say I'd probably want $500,000 in operating costs just to survive that 2 years. Then you have whatever, fixtures and all those things you need to buy.
Could be
$1
million bucks.
Yeah, $1 million. Yeah.
Wow, crazy.
I mean, I would say $1 million on the safe side. And if your building and all your fixtures are costing $1 million, then you're like, each time it just goes up from there.
And that'll buy you a few years to catch.
Yeah, and then sometimes you don't. But
sometimes you don't.
Yeah, we've been pretty fortunate, and each place is caught because I learn. I listen to the guests, and I don't have a lot of ego tied into it, and I listen to our not only our guests but our employees and everybody else, and so I'm like, okay, well, these are the things that are working, these are things that are not, and then I'm able to adjust from there. But if you're sticking to your guns, you're going to fail because you have to just listen and see.
Right. And you've got financing and banks and right? People are investing in this.
Well, and if you have 10 customers to come in and say the nachos are greasy and shitty, you can't just be like, well, they don't know shit. It's like, that's whether they are or not, whether you think they are or not.
There's a story being told about you, whether you believe it or not.
Yeah,
it's out there.
It's out there. That's the perception. And whether I think they're good nachos, these people clearly do not. So,
right. Yeah, my wife used to say she worked at a restaurant in the Valley for a long time. It's just like people there would just never, like, if, salad doesn't come with a meal.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Well, there is some of that too, like where you just have to stick your guns on certain things like that. You're like, well, bread just doesn't come free anymore.
Right.
Or whatever it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So what restaurants do you have now? And those are all part of Eco Group because there's a lot of them.
Yeah. So Yards Brunchin. So that's in Kendall Yards. And then Baba, which used to be Wandering Table, which it switched during COVID too. Wandering Table, which was an experiential sort of restaurant.
Yeah. I wondered why that changed.
Yeah. It just didn't translate.
It was a great restaurant, right?
Yeah. It didn't translate to to-go food though. Like people don't want a 10-course dinner in a to-go box. So
no, they do not.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah. So then
you have to suit the neighborhood at some point too.
Yeah. And so I switched it to Mediterranean. It fit a little better to go. I thought we had a little bit of a hole in the market. So I thought I would try that. And it's been really successful.
Oh, it's great. My kids love Baba.
I love Baba. I mean, really, I honestly love all of our restaurants. And
there's some good restaurants in Kendall Yards now.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Dude,
yeah.
I like all of them.
Yeah, they are. I mean, well, and they curate that on purpose.
Of course.
Yeah.
Jim's
Sorella and Mole is good, and we have sushi there.
Yeah.
I mean,
sushi's fantastic.
Mary Hill, like
that new Italian restaurant, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so good.
I gotta go over there.
Okay, so Baba.
I'm hungry. I knew I'd be hungry after this goddamn thing. Thanks a lot.
Well, that's actually when I'm writing menus. I'm like, I better eat beforehand because I'm just like,
it's like shopping.
Yeah. Because then I lose focus because then I get hungry. Yeah. I'm like, you're gonna eat
in your own menu.
Eat ahead of time. Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, when I'm creating the menus, I'm in my brain. I'm virtually eating it. Like I'm like thinking about how it's gonna taste as a guest or whatever. And so like then it's inevitable to get hungry.
Gotta go eat.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay. So you
Okay.
got
Okay.
those.
Baba Yards, and then Frances, which you just mentioned on the in Perry District. And then we have a catering company in Liberty Lake called Le Catering, and then in Post Falls we have Republic Kitchen and Tap House, which is that oldest house in Post Falls over in 4th and Spokane, and then Honey Erie downtown, which is the biggest restaurant. But we have we do a lot of catering and stuff like that there.
So 5.
Yep, 5.
Oh,
five plus catering.
I have the sense you have more than 5. I don't know why.
No, that's it. Well, we've had more
That's
at different
enough,
times.
maybe.
I think at one time we've had like 9 or 10, but
Okay.
I just kind of like I tapered down the places that I thought were going to be more of an investment than it would be worth, and I would rather focus on the things we're doing well and hone in on those and do a little better at each place, as opposed to having 10 places that are kind of watered down. I'd rather do better at these ones.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you created all these, did you think after your first one you'd have more? Or did you were just like they just happened?
At first we grew pretty fast, probably faster than we should have, because I wasn't able to spend the time and effort. We had a Farmhouse Kitchen in Sandpoint. I think Farmhouse Kitchen in Sandpoint, which is a barbecue restaurant, which had amazing barbecue, but is in a weird location. But we opened that in Republic on literally the same day, which was chaos and very difficult.
Nuts.
Yeah. So I was kind of bouncing back and forth and working crazy long days to make that happen.
Young and impressionable.
It was not a good idea. So we had Incrediburger, which turned into Espana, which we ended up closing. Now it's Rosie's down there. Gilded Unicorn, which we sold off to Jerry GVD because that's part of their hotel, and so they decided that as part of their hotel, they would rather have it as an amenity as opposed to an independent
Have
restaurant.
they kept basically the same menu and all that stuff, or is it different?
I think it's similar, but I don't know.
You probably don't know. You probably don't go check it out. You don't have time.
Well, and it's just it's not our restaurant.
It's not your restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put your effort toward your stuff.
Yeah. Well, and the vibe is different. It's the vibe that I created in there, because
It's a cool space.
When I walked in there, I was like, oh my God, this place is disgusting. It's like dusty and there's mice. And
what was it
old
originally?
shit.
I mean, not
Catacombs.
originally, but catacombs.
Catacombs, yeah. It was
I
like
used to
the
have my
German,
office used to be like
the
right
German
there.
restaurant with pizza.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, it
but I
was
love
strange.
the space. It was amazing.
Such a cool space.
Oh, we filmed in there a bunch because it was a cool location.
Yeah, so we remodeled that, cleaned it up. I painted the unicorns all over the walls and stuff on the old German
Did
stuff.
Charlie Schmidt do those?
I don't know who did them, but I painted the unicorn faces on them.
Oh, okay. I thought Charlie did that, but anyway.
I'm not sure who did the old Germany.
I thought he did the new stuff, but anyway, maybe it was.
No, I painted the faces on them.
Oh, really? Oh,
I just literally painted it in the same style that whoever did it previously.
Okay.
I painted it in the same style, so it looked like it's been there forever, but it's literally just me painting it.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's awesome.
So when you go in there next time, you can see it.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to. Yeah. Huh. That's so. Do you still cook? And if so, where? Or do you just rotate? Are you a wandering chef?
So we still do wandering tables. I do them about once.
Do you really?
Yeah, every 3 months or so we do.
How do I find out? Do I just go? Is it still
info at wandering table? Yeah.
I want to go, man.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
Let's see, and then obviously when we have a new menu. So basically, the way we do a menu is I ask the chefs and managers, GMs, what things aren't selling, what things need to move, what things to change. They inevitably want to pick the most popular things because they're tired of cooking them and serving them. But we always have those core things that can't change. Like Moontime, we talked about. They have corn pasta and the potato salad, the chicken sandwich.
Don't change the chowder.
Yeah, exactly. Don't mess with it. So then I go to the next set of things that aren't selling very well, and we take those things off, and then seasonal changes. So things we change the menu about every 4 to 6 weeks, depending on the season, and change out all the seasonal items that don't fit. And then the chefs give me what they think should fill into those gaps. So they'll say I want to do this kind of salad, and here's my idea behind it. And then I take those ideas and I put them in the vision and direction of the restaurant that I think it should go. So at least everybody's having their thumb on it, and they can kind of say they're proud of this thing, instead of me just dictating how things go. Because I think that's a much better way to go, as opposed to,
especially if they're going to cook the stuff, man.
They're dated every day.
Yeah, this is their baby.
So then I create the recipes and the menu, and then I hand that off, and then they do a presentation, and we change some things based on how that goes, and their preferences of how they think it went, and then we decide. That's kind of how the menu gets decided. So during that time, I'm there cooking and trying the foods and going through all those aspects, and then I pop in and do expo, make sure the food's coming out properly, and then I'll do line checks, make sure
Kind
everything's
of quality
going well.
control stuff.
Quality control. Because, I mean, really, I'm the one running the business.
Your name's on that.
Yeah, and I have to keep it functioning, or else, everybody doesn't have a job. And
Right.
so that itself is like, could be my whole job, but that's not really what I like to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we have a controller that kind of, does like the finances and things like that. But it's definitely always every day is completely different, and
It is.
it's just trying to decide how to allot my time, because if I'm not in the restaurants enough, I'm missing all the little things. Because there was a time when we were opening so many places where
You couldn't physically be there.
I couldn't physically be there, and I just had managers going to check with our other managers, and it just ended up getting watered down. And the employees see that, and they get kind of like, not disgruntled, but they're like, they feel like the redheaded stepchild. Like, oh, you don't love me, you don't come see me, and I'm like, I can't see anybody, I'm just buried.
Everybody felt that.
Yeah. And so then and then that translates to the guest experience. And so as the more that's what I was saying about like kind of dwindling it down a little bit, and like now I'm like, okay, well, I can focus and I can actually be in the restaurant and work with the chefs one-on-one and kind of hone in on because the little
Get back in the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. And the little details are what make a okay restaurant into a great restaurant.
Yeah,
it's all the little things.
This sounds like the business I'm in.
Yeah,
like it really does.
Well, because you can generically just say, "This is the package I have."
You're concerned about. Hey, man, I am the thing that is the livelihood for families.
Yeah.
Right, that work.
Well,
for
that's
me.
literally. That's why
you gotta carry
that. That is actually a big piece of why I started the restaurants, because I wanted to make careers for people and selfishly make better restaurants in Spokane.
Right, but you're also like, I care about the quality of this because it's the details and the impeccableness of what you put out. That does matter. And people see it, and even if they
it's a direct reflection of me.
You see it.
Yeah,
I'm the same way. It's like we don't let anything that goes out of here that isn't.
And sometimes it happens, like someone gets a shitty hot dog or something. I still take just as much offense to that as opposed to a filet mignon or anything else. Anything that comes out of there and we get a bad review on, I literally take it personally.
Heck, you should.
Yeah, whether I was there, whether I signed off on it or anything.
So similar.
Yeah,
I'm feeling your pain.
Yeah.
So you get to work with your brothers? Did you still, or did you?
No, they're
like they got smart.
No, like the progression of a chef is like basically you become a sales rep. You're just like, oh, I need a cozy job where I get paid, and I use my chef knowledge to whatever help other people suffer.
Yeah. So they don't work for you anymore, or with you anymore. So the James Beard thing, what was that like? Was it pressure? Was it scary? Must have been kind of like the Oscars. And did you win? What came out of this?
Oh no, I kind of regret that.
You didn't go?
No, I didn't even go.
What?
Yeah, because I just didn't think that we were gonna win. We didn't end up winning. We were a finalist, but I didn't go to the awards, and I wish I would have.
You should have.
Yeah, I should have.
Yeah. Can you go again if you get picked?
You get nominated again.
Yeah. How do we nominate you?
Just it's every year they have the awards that come around.
Oh, shit, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Why not? People should do that. Go nominate this guy.
Well, now since then, Jeremy Hansen got it, and then I got one. Chad, Tony from
Tony
Ruins.
Brown.
Tony Brown.
Dude, I love Ruins.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
It's and he's always like changing locations and bored and whatever. But
He's a restless soul.
Oh, but at that place,
yeah, Tony's a good guy.
Tony's a good guy, and his food's really good. Yeah.
Well, and we have such a good amount of restaurants now. Travis at Cochinito, we have Wooden City, Italia.
I was going to say that. Right? Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you, what do you think of the food scene here?
I think it's great. I love to see it growing.
I do too.
Like Durkin's, Gander and Ryegrass.
Suck, man.
Oh man, yeah.
Elliott's.
Yeah.
I love Elliott's.
Yeah.
Those guys.
Well,
and now they took over Mosey Inn or whatever, which is so rad. I'm like, good job.
Well, our sushi is good here. I mean,
yes.
Just so you can pretty much. I'm literally going to Korean restaurant tonight, which
Oh, Taylor, is that the one? It used to be Casey, or yeah. The Korean
used
barbecue.
To be I'm going Casey's. To Sens. Yeah.
Oh my God, I want to go there. You guys have got me hungry now.
Yeah, I haven't been. So
Taylor just loved it, and he's a good chef. Like he was like all about like he said he's never been so full in his life.
Well, I'm excited to go. Well, Kim's Korean is amazing too.
Kim's Korean is great.
We just have a handful of places that may or may not have been able to make it, but now we have people moving from LA and Chicago and Seattle that don't live here.
I was going to ask you about this. There was when the housing crisis in Seattle got really bad.
Yeah.
what it did was it sent all the cool people here.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
it did. We
people
got
that were willing to take a risk.
That whole creative thing. Spokane needs to be creative, and
Yeah.
there's a gap
Spokane doesn't
there.
suck.
So yeah, right.
Which is from terrain. Yeah,
that's true. But that influx of people that are like, I cannot afford to live here anymore. Wait, I can go to Spokane and buy a house.
Yeah.
And I can open a restaurant and I can live what I want to do.
Yeah.
And it's becoming cool. That all happened, and now it's expensive to buy a house, of course, thanks to all that.
Yeah.
But the result has been a really good food scene.
Yeah, well, and art, and I mean, I think terrain has like been a huge piece of that too, because you have
100%.
people that feel like the same thing with the chef world, is that you feel like you have to go to a bigger city to make a name for yourself, and here you can establish yourself and still be able to make the art you want to make or the food you want to make.
That's right.
And people will buy it.
And we're starting to do some work for the Mac, which we've done stuff for before.
Yeah.
That's a phenomenal place.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's
world class.
World class.
Yeah.
And when you've got world class art and you've got world class food, I mean, where else do you want to be?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's the stuff that matters the most.
Well, because then people come here and they're like, oh, and I'm 10 minutes from nature, and
I don't have to freaking ride the freeway anymore.
I get a little bit of all the things that I liked in my city, but not all the rest.
The symphony's good. I know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff.
World class symphony.
World class.
Yeah, world class skiing. Yeah, there's so much.
So you also, what do you do in your fun time, if you have any? But I know that you dabble in art and you do, right?
Yeah. Let's see. So I just switched to skiing. I've been a snowboarder for a long time, but I just switched to skiing, and I actually love it.
Do you? My son Keenan is like on the fence about that. He's a boarder, but he's like,
well, I think as
ski.
you get older, like when you catch an edge when you're boarding, like that hurts. Like,
this is an age thing now.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. You're like, because when you catch an edge when you're like short and fit and whatever, you're just like,
bounce
that
up,
sucked.
dude.
That
You
sucked.
bounce up.
Yeah. And then you get up, or like following my daughter in the trees and the powder's there, and when you're like helping a young child up out of the powder and you're aboard, like it's impossible to get out. Like you have to like crawl out until you get to like the harder packed snow and then put your board back on. It's embarrassing.
It's like, what am I doing?
Yeah. So then I switched to skiing and I'm like, this is pretty fun.
Oh, you can go fast now.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Well, and then when you crash, your stuff flies off and you still get a little hurt, but not as much as when I catch an edge. Yeah.
No, not as bad.
Let's see. I love going mountain biking. I just love doing outdoor stuff. I mean, that's really swimming. I'm on the lake every day in the summer.
What lake?
Well, it was Hayden. I just moved down to Coeur d'Alene, but so.
Oh, dude, it's the zoo there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy.
There's quieter places, but downtown's a zoo.
Yeah, that lake though, man.
It's so choppy.
Holy shit! It is. I don't know. I'm old. I've been here a long time, so I remember Coeur d'Alene when it was just this quiet little lake.
Yeah, I'm just trying to convince myself. Yeah. Hayden's
Coeur
so
d'Alene's
quiet.
cool though.
Yeah.
All the movie stars. I know why you're out there. Come on, Justin Bieber.
Yeah. Just hanging with the Biebs.
That's hilarious. Tony Brown. So Ruins is a very special place to me because my wife just passed away a few months ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And yeah, thanks. And she was a huge foodie. Like she loved your restaurants for a while.
Thank you.
Francis was a special place for us too. But our last dinner together was at
Ruins.
At Ruins.
Yeah.
And we loved Park In.
Yep.
And I just remember, it was, and then they brought it back and Tony got it. And it's like we like the Ruins food and we like the space is rad.
Yeah, space is very cool.
Such a cool place. And it was just nice. There was nobody there, but just the two of us. And it was like, that's a special thing to have that,
Well, and just the quality of food he's putting out is really good.
Yeah, and it was just, I mean, I'm like, that's the best place for us to have our last kind of dinner out.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
She couldn't do it. It was, and it matters. I mean, those places matter to you. The places that you hang out and go to, and
it's that people that are
it's more than
consciously
you maybe even are aware of the impact you have on people.
Well, I think that's actually one of the things I love about the industry is that you get to be a part of that sort
Memories.
of that.
Yeah.
You get to be a part of anniversaries and birthdays. I mean, obviously on day-to-day eating, but like you're a part of someone's life and you're influencing that in a way that I can't comprehend, but it is very cool. Yeah. I'm aware of it on a surface level because I eat the same thing. I do anniversaries and birthdays and all those sort of things. And it's like amazing that people welcome you to be a part of that.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, it's a special. Yeah, I think that's a piece of what you guys do that you're so busy you probably don't even realize.
Well, and the other part is like that's what changed. Actually, I was just talking to someone about this today. Is that You go from being a chef where you're really ego driven. You're like, you follow, it's almost military-esque. You're like, follow what I say or you're out of here. You do this,
why do you
this.
think there's TV shows now?
Yeah. And it's over dramatized in that.
But
then when you become a restaurateur, you can have one restaurant and still be a dictator, but when you have multiple places, when I'm not there every day, it becomes more of this, I want them to put their thumbprint on it. I want this to be this collaborative effort.
We're all part of this.
And
Me too.
Including the community.
Right.
Because the community helps shape that too. And that's what I was saying about.
Our clients are a huge part of
when we're successful, it's because we're listening. It's not because I'm saying this is how it is, and if you don't like it, get out of here. Although some places can get away with that, I don't feel like this community is not for that sort of place. Yeah.
No. Although I have to say, there was a time, and my wife was the biggest foodie ever.
Yeah.
She really knew her, and a great cook, so she really knew her stuff.
Yeah.
And there was a stretch there of time where it was like, yeah, I know you don't like spicy food, but fuck you. It's not good if it's not spicy.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
5 years ago, 7 years ago, it was like, everybody's making
I remember it.
fucking spicy, and you like it or not. And I was like, I could literally not go to dinner.
Yeah.
Because I hate spicy food.
Yeah, and I just start sweating profusely, which is embarrassing. Like,
where were you on that? Were you the reason? No.
I can't eat spicy food. Like,
I can't either.
Yeah.
Cheers. Okay. Okay, I'm going to all your restaurants. But you know what I'm talking about? Especially, you can tell that there was a young chef who was like, I don't care. I am the auteur here.
This is my version of it. Whatever.
Right. You should know that this is tasty.
Yeah. This is just, it's supposed to be spicy.
Right.
Man, okay.
What is that?
Yeah.
Is that just ego?
It's ego.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Well, and it's like saying, like, I don't care if you like it or not. This is my version. Yeah. Take it or leave it.
That's right. Okay.
Take it or leave
Crave.
it. Yeah.
Tell me about Crave. What is it? This is like a TV show? What the hell is this? It's like a network? What is this?
So first off, it started as the festival. So Tom Stebbins came to me and said, what do you think about doing Crave or doing a food festival? And so
Tell me who Tom Stebbins is.
Tom Stebbins. He does the golf show here in Spokane, and he did the Oktoberfest here in Spokane for a lot of years.
Okay. Events.
Yep. And he knew that we were catering at Center Place, and he thought that he was wondering if we would be interested in doing that. But I had already had in the back of my mind, I kind of had to plan for it because I was just waiting for the right opportunity. I didn't want to be the person putting it on because I just like to be, gather the chefs and get my friends together so we can hang out.
But you had a vision for it.
I had a vision for it and an idea. And so we started out with doing like maybe 5 days and like 7 events or something. We just lost our ass. Like, it was so expensive.
But you had fun with your buddies.
Yes. We just like, not that many people came, and it was hard. And then we slowly tapered it down and got it right. Now we're like in year 7 or 8 or something like that. We're actually moving to downtown.
Wow, right.
Which is pretty cool. We went from the valley to downtown. But it's literally just hanging out with my friends and people in the industry, and we're showing off independent restaurants and wineries, breweries, distillers, people who are in our community making their own things independently.
So cool. And
we're just all coming together on 3 days, and like showing that off. So we have, probably 3,000 people that come through there. Now Pig Out's gone, which is sad, but it's a cool opportunity for us.
You hated Pig Out. Come on.
Okay, I haven't been for like 20 years.
But you hated it.
Well, it's just
shitty food.
It was basically like being at the fair, right? It's like being at the fair.
It was.
And without the rides.
It had a certain tradition to it. Let's put it that way. Yeah. But you're right.
And what Pig Out started
on the culinary side, not great.
Well, and what Pig Out started as is it was independent restaurants, and they would have you buy your token for $5 or whatever. You turn your token into White House, and then they give you a small taste of food, and then it just slowly, I think, probably as things changed financially or whatever, people were offering more money to do that, and now you're buying a $20 deep fried cheesecake or whatever.
Yeah, it got ridiculous.
Yeah, it got kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But it leaves a door open for opportunity for us for, showing off what Spokane is about and like these independent restaurants that are at a high level. Yeah, not everybody's going to be going to this. We're not having however many people are go to Pig Out, which is probably 10, 30,000. I don't know. A lot of people. Which we may evolve into something where we have some sort of a food truck kind of thing and invite as many people as we can get there. But, the event itself is a lot less people.
So where is it? When's it going to be? Is it in Riverfront?
It's going to be Riverfront, yeah, right on the bridge, right on the bridge there.
When?
So July 17, 18, 19, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yep. And then we'll probably partner with some restaurants downtown, do a couple pop-ups in Coconino and maybe Wooden City, and partner with the Davenport, kind of like create this sort of downtown synergy, you know, and make the whole week about it.
That's great. That is great. Yeah. So how many restaurant or how many things do it? Is
so
it
it's 45.
Is it like a food truck thing, or
no,
is it like
you pay one
food
price?
Vendor?
No, pay one price when you get in the door. You pay for one price. There's 15 chefs at each day, so 15 chefs, and then about another 30 vendors. So that's like artisans, wine, beer,
so cool,
distillers, and then you come in the door. And it's all you kind of get all of that for one price.
And you just. All you can eat, just move around.
It's, you get full, so you just kind of sample everything. One
That's
time.
What I mean. Yeah, It's not like you have to.
No.
Spot.
No,
you just. That's
so then, and then each day is different people. So it's like each day is a totally different set of people.
So you can come back the next day and experience a different thing.
And each one's a different theme. Yep. Thursday is like kind of like comfort food. It's a hoedown. We have country themed, and then Friday is food from around the world. Saturday is fire and smoke, so like kind of barbecue-ish kind of things.
So where is it physically in the park?
So if you go right when you go across there's the bridge right there in the front. There's a fountain right on that bridge. Right around the bridge, and then it'll spread to the clock tower and over to the left.
No way.
Right. Yeah.
Good for you. How cool. Oh, you must be proud of that.
Yeah. I'm really excited about it. And to have, we were with the Spokane Valley for a long time, and they were very excited in the beginning. And they kind of, I don't say they lost interest, but they just weren't so excited about it. And so I talked to literally the city of Spokane, and everybody was excited about having it.
Of course they were,
including me. I was I grew up.
I can see Lisa Brown going, yes,
yeah, and I grew up with like Riverfront Park, so I'm like, I would love to have it downtown.
Yeah. It's so, and the park is so cool now.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah,
it is an amazing place. Wow.
Yeah. Well, and everybody wants downtown to thrive again. They wanted to come back and figure out how to get, the drug problems cleaned up, and trying to get people having retail presence down there, so that people are walking around and doing stuff. It's better. It gets a little better. Yeah,
it does get better. It is getting better. No, they've made some tough.
During COVID was, I think that was really hard because everyone left downtown, and then it was just everyone was kind of just wandering around, and no one was really working down there. So.
Yeah, we've done a lot of stories on that, and the homeless problem, and the fentanyl problem, and a lot of that stuff. And hopefully crazy. Some of the work we've done has helped spur, but it's starting to change, and I'm happy.
And it's a slow change. It's just the things that they're doing. They're looking at bigger cities, like seeing what happened in San Diego. Let's see. They're having success over here, and then they look at Los Angeles.
For sure.
Yeah, Houston. Yeah, and they look at those places and say,
that's right.
What are some things that have been successful, and then they move them over here.
That's right. So. Where do you go eat that isn't your restaurant chains, or do you just say, screw that, I'm eating it, only my own?
No, I obviously
what do you like?
I love my restaurants, but let's see. I love Durkin's a lot. I think Durkin's does a really good job. I really like Gander and Ryegrass, Italia, probably all the same places I'm naming, but Italia, Fratella, which is just open over. That's the Sister Cicerella.
Yeah, I'm really glad that that Ryegrass made it, because after Sante left, I was oh, this could be shitty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and it's tough. I mean, it's a tough spot.
Well, and they still have their cure their own meats, right? And stuff. I mean, it's just they kind of kept a lot of that like Jeremy stuff. And all Where's Jeremy now? What's he doing?
He's over in Portland, but he's it looked like I just read today actually that he was going over to Portland, Maine, or somewhere around there. That sounds about right.
Yeah, he lives in.
He had to do some new project over there.
Yeah. That guy's rad. He was one of the first here that I thought was like, okay, I'm doing this
doing
different.
some stuff that's independent and cool.
I tried to support him big time because like that's good food. We should support more of that.
Yeah. Well, and it's just like I said, it's tough to go outside of the regular normal stuff.
Yeah, for sure it is. Wow. So what's next for you? Any more?
Not currently. Just honing the things we got. I mean, I'm sure I'll do another restaurant down the road. I love that Italian little house cafe thing.
Right?
That's cool.
It started here. Everybody, when that
I would
opens,
love to do like a
I'm taking credit.
Southeast Asian restaurant. That's probably one of my other favorite cuisines.
Southeast Asian.
Yeah.
Okay, so Indicana has a combo.
Yeah, they have Mexican and
Indian, right?
Indian, yeah. But I kind of like, a little bit more like Thai, Vietnamese. That's the food I like to make at home. It's like Mediterranean's like that. So it's like, that's actually why we opened Baba, because that's the thing I probably make at home.
Yeah, there isn't really a Greek restaurant. I love
yeah,
Greece.
That's
My
true.
wife and I went to Greece, and it's one of our favorite times there. And the food was, I think, one of the best meals we ever had in our
Well, it's
life
kind
was
of like
in
French
Greece.
food. It's like very simple. Like just there isn't a lot. Like it's just
So good.
very delicious, fresh ingredients, grilled. Like
Yeah. So I went to Sardinia. My son and I went there a couple years ago and filmed there a little piece about the Blue Zone and how people live there longer than anywhere in the world. Yeah. And I spent 4 days in food heaven, ate more than I've ever eaten in my life, enjoyed the taste of that food more than anywhere I've been in the world, and lost 5 pounds.
Really?
Okay.
Because you're not eating a lot of things that are causing inflammation.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Our food
and probably the level of stress. I think there's so many things to that, to be honest. Yeah.
Totally. And we walked.
Yeah.
You walk everywhere in this little village.
You're naturally.
This is small.
You're having exercise without having to go do CrossFit.
No doubt. Little hills everywhere.
Yeah.
But no antibiotics.
Yep.
Right? Everything is grown there.
Yeah.
There's no pesticides.
You're having nutritionally dense foods.
No pesticides.
Yeah.
And they pick the food. They gather the food that day. It's fresh.
Yeah.
The greatest prosciutto I've ever had in my life. I was like, am I going to get gout from eating so much of this?
Yeah.
It's like, no, actually you won't, because it's so good there. The wine was incredible. The best wine we had.
I'm sure it's a variety of foods too that you ate. No, you're not just eating
figs,
steak and steak and steak.
No. In fact, they didn't even have pasta there.
Interesting.
No, this is not Italy.
Yeah,
this is Sardinia.
Yeah.
So when we left, we're like, "Hey, where are you going?" We're going to Rome. Oh, Roma, Romans. We get there. Where'd you come from? Sardinia. Oh, Sardinians. Like they've been at this for centuries. Yeah. Totally different world, different cuisine, just as incredibly good
different
in Rome.
Feelings too.
Oh my God, Rome,
different cities.
Rome, incredible. The food was unbelievable. But I just felt when I got back, I'm like, we have the worst food in the world here. Now I'm not talking about restaurants.
No, I know, yeah.
But the ingredients are not what you're getting in Sardinia.
It's what's cheap, yeah.
Well, it's just you don't get what they get to work with.
No, we don't. Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
You have to go out and find it.
What's wrong with that?
It's because we made what's the convenience. Okay, so there's
we're feeding
some really
the world
old stuff. So there's some really old stuff. So like stuff from the 60s where they're supplementing farmers' income, and that's still ongoing. So with corn and seeds and soy and all these things.
Wheat.
So it makes those products and wheat makes those products really cheap for us to use. And then you're taking these products, you're like in a restaurant, for example, and you're like,
for the masses,
I need to feed as much people for as cheap as possible so that I can make a living. But what that translates to is then that goes to like mass markets and then just keeps spreading and spreading. And then that food becomes easily accessible and mass produced at a large scale from the 60s on. And then you have to it's like the slow food movement is basically the opposite of that. It's like saying, what are they doing in Italy? What are they doing over here? How are they bringing more nutritionalist food? Why are we eating all these seed oils? Why are we eating all these things? And the science is catching up to that. And I think, but it's like getting that word to the whole massive United States and saying, these things really are making you unhealthy.
So when you pick food, you say farm to table, there are organic farmers here.
Yeah,
there are people who raise organic beef. And, I have a friend of mine who has a herd of buffalo, bison, that are here. How do you get
conscious
your food?
Producers.
Yeah, conscious producers. Yeah. How much of that you've got to balance it.
You have to balance it. Yeah.
You can't have it yards.
Well, and
I wouldn't guess. I'm guessing.
Well, there's a tolerance for the customer, right? If you want to talk about that, is like our labor in Washington, the cost of doing business in Washington is substantially higher than almost anywhere else in the United States.
Who has an op-ed in Seattle Times right now about the problem with the retail tax on digital advertising?
There's only so much that the customer will tolerate. And so there has to be a give somewhere in there. As much as I would love to only serve organic, free range, small producer products, the customer isn't going to pay for that every day. They'll pay for it on certain occasions. There's places where we can slide it in a lot easier, like at Frances or sometimes at Baba, because Baba really has a scale from high end to low end, and Frances probably has a little more higher end, but Yards is like a place where you would probably eat, maybe once every other week. It's not a special occasion place.
Right. Do you make food yourself for dinner?
Yeah, every day. Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
You don't just go to your restaurants?
No, I love cooking. Yeah. It's my passion. I wouldn't, even if I went out of business today, I would still do the same thing I'm doing.
Where do you get your ingredients? Like what do you think of that little market that's over the farmer's market, the year-round farmer's market that's over kind of by Costco do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
What? Really?
Uh-uh.
Oh, I don't even know the name of it. It's this incredible new year-round kind of farmer's market.
Oh, really?
That's right behind Costco it's kind of hard to find. They didn't promote it well.
Oh.
Shame on them. Not calling us. We could have got the word out. But yeah, you can get all this sort of locally sourced stuff. It's really good. You should check it out.
In season.
In season.
Yeah.
But it's really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's really what, just looking for that. You just look for places that are local.
The beef and stuff there is all local.
Well, that's a little different. So basically you just get it from local producers. I just buy like a half cow and then put it in the freezer.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way I do it personally. But
favorite meal. If you get one on your deathbed, Adam Hegsted, what are you eating?
Man. That is a tough one.
I didn't say this would be easy.
It's always simple things. Because I think those are the things that like I come back to is like small pieces thing. When you have like fried chicken that is like,
dude.
When you have you eat fried chicken, a lot of times during your life, and then you have that one time when you're just like it's crispy and moist, and you're just like, oh, man.
Why do I eat anything else?
Yeah, but that could even be a fried egg, like or a poached egg or something. When you've eaten all these things your whole life, and then you have that one, you're like, oh man, that's the thing. It's not necessarily a meal. It's like pieces like avocado toast. It could be avocado toast. You have a piece of like rustic bread with a little sea salt and some perfectly sliced avocado.
Yeah.
Like,
I love grain shed.
It's always like, to me, it's always like simple stuff like
grain
that.
shed avocado toast.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah. Like there's something about like an amazing loaf of bread like that. You can't be defeated with some high quality butter and a little sea salt. Like, I mean, those are the things I love the most. Like, and that's why none of our restaurants are really high end like that, is because the meals that I've loved the most are when I'm like hanging out with my friends and sharing appetizers and kind of like eating a little bit of upper casual, but not like high end. Yeah. Like the highest end meals I've ever eaten are very interesting and cool experiences. Like it's a very cool experience, but it's not the best meal I've ever had for sure.
I didn't ask when we talked about Crave. What's Crave TV?
Oh, Crave TV. Yeah. I jumped right past that. So Crave TV is so it's on Fox every Sunday night.
Local here.
It's actually goes all the way over to Seattle, Vancouver, BC, down to Portland.
Really?
Yeah, all the way over to southern Idaho, on Fox affiliates. And so basically we go around and show off. We go to certain areas. We'll be like, okay, we're in downtown Spokane, so we show off Dick's and Zona Blanca and Barrister. Okay. Or we go to like Walla Walla and we'll show off. Usually it's a new restaurant, a really classic place, whether that's a brewery, winery, or whatever, and then an artisan of some kind. So it's like brewery, winery, cheesemaker, or whatever.
That's so cool.
That's kind of that's how the segment, the three parts of the show go.
Are you on it? Are you the host or something?
Me and Chandler from Spokane Eats.
No way.
Yeah.
I gotta watch this.
Yeah, we've been doing it for like maybe 4 years or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so we just show off independent restaurants that are doing cool stuff.
What a great.
It's just a spinoff of the festival. Really, is we show off people who are doing independent stuff.
That's great. So what if you could wave your magic wand, what would you want Spokane to, or you to do? Or is it good? Are we just in the golden age here and we just stay there?
No, selfishly, I want more good restaurants to eat at. I think we're just slowly getting more and more. Like you have people that are, have traveled or lived in other places and they're bringing those experiences here, that's what I love to see.
So I'm going to have a guy next week on my podcast. His name is Andre McGann, and he has this place called Andre Live at Andre's. Have you heard of this?
Huh.
It's a venue, concert venue, music venue.
Okay.
250 people. They have food trucks, and he bought this house overlooking the Spokane River in 9 Mile, and it is like the gorge.
That sounds cool.
It's like mini gorge.
Yeah.
You got to have one of your pop-ups there.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I got to connect you guys because...
Oh, that'd be great.
Okay, I get to go free because I'm connecting.
yeah. That sounds really
no,
cool.
he's got 6 concerts a year.
Yeah.
And he like turns artists away. He's like, he's a firefighter, retired firefighter from Seattle.
Yeah.
And he just built this thing. And I'm like, what in the world is this place? And I think of that when you're talking about pop-ups and where I want to go. And you're looking for interesting places, are you not?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, the Korean barbecue place, I mean, that's interesting, cool. I'm like, oh, I got to see what that's all about.
Yeah, you have to go see about that.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to do, or are you happy with the ones you got?
I mean, right now I just want to hone the things we got and do a little better. You know, it's like every day I want to help make this community a little better. And so I don't know exactly what that looks like all the time. So just figuring it out as we go and helping build careers for our people and, you know, just fine tuning the stuff I'm doing.
Okay, I'm going to ask you about something. We can edit this out. I swear to God.
Yeah.
But you had a lawsuit with the city of Spokane.
Oh yeah.
City of Spokane Valley.
Yeah.
What the hell?
So that was basically what happened is I didn't even talk about this, but I had a heart surgery about 2 years ago.
Yes, that was my next one, and I got one more, and then I'll let you go eat your Korean barbecue.
So, this is a little bit of a tricky one. So basically what happened is, like I had said, I was kind of maybe not as engaged in the restaurants as I wanted to be, and I had this heart problem come up. So I was at I own Laughing Dog Brewing. We sold that.
I love Laughing Dog.
Another piece of that was this thing at the Spokane Valley. We just basically got really behind on a bunch of our stuff because really the money, it was mismanaged. And I'll take accountability for some of that, but it really is, once I had that heart surgery, all I could do was sit down and work on the books. And I saw some gaps in some things we were doing, and I just...
Because you couldn't be in the restaurants.
I couldn't be in the restaurants because I just had to be... I was just basically bedridden.
There's something to learn.
And I looked at my life. So basically when I went to have the surgery, you kind of sign I had about 4 days to put my life together. And during that time, I didn't, you don't know if you're going to wake up. So I'm like, okay, I try to get it together really quick. And then I have the surgery, and then I wake up from that. And then I'm like, oh man, I'm kind of just being a passenger in this life that I've created instead of doing the things that I want to do. Right. And so with that came the books, came changing and honing the restaurants, came my marriage. I kind of blew up my whole life and have been working on resetting it. But with that was some debt that I had incurred. And so now I've just been addressing that and getting it all fixed. And it's freaking difficult. It's tough. But I've never walked away from anything, from any of those debts. I it came head on, okay, how are we going to figure this out? It's a little annoying to do that, to have a lawsuit, because they literally could have just called me and worked it out. But it's just the way the city works.
So what happened?
We just got behind in rent. That's it. Oh. Yeah. Oh, we got behind in rent, and they had some crazy fees that they were putting on there. They were basically charging us 30%. Late fees. So our rent is $10,000. So basically I went to pay them, and they're like, all the money you're paying us is going to late fees. And so we're not going to accept it. And I'm like, well, that doesn't really work for me.
You got to settle that. Come on.
Yeah. So 30% late fee is pretty high, especially when you're paying $10,000 in rent.
That's really high.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so it became a little bit of a standoff in a way. And so we left there to go move our catering somewhere else. And then they did the lawsuit. Even though I told them, I literally talked to them and told them that I would rather work it out. Yeah,
the stress of that had to have led to your heart stuff, right? Or was it the other way around?
It was hereditary.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was just so strange. I had they were like, hey, did you know you have a heart murmur? And I was like, oh, I didn't know that. And so then I went and they were like, you need to go get a CAT scan. So I eventually went and did that. And then they're like, you don't lift anything over 5 pounds. Your heart, it will explode. And
what?
Yeah.
Shit.
And so then literally 4 days later, I was in surgery.
And it all went well?
It all went well.
Well, so when you're about to go into that, what's it? You said, I may not wake up for this. What's going on?
I was sad for my kids, I guess.
Yeah.
I was
how old are your kids?
Let's see, at the time, well, right now they're 14 and 22, but at the time, they're 12 and 20.
Yeah.
And and I don't think they really even understood the depth of that, that I wouldn't maybe wake up. They just thought, Dad's fine.
Probably
Dad's just
didn't think that. You can't go there.
Yeah. And, but what really happened is I woke up from that surgery and then kind of decided that I wasn't really happy with the way my life was going, and kind of changed everything, and have been working on doing it all a little differently.
You did some meditation.
Oh yeah, I did
Tell me about this cool place.
A 10-day retreat.
What is that? I kind of
so that's a little more recently. So I went to a Vipassana retreat. So basically,
what is it?
Vipassana is the name of it, and it's from India. And basically, the idea is that what I thought it was going to be is basically a retreat where it's a silent retreat, totally silent, and you're there and you're in your own room and you don't talk to anybody.
For how long?
Listening. 10 days.
10 days.
10 days.
Not talking to anyone.
Yep. You just listen to the teacher. They tell you what to do, and you're up at 4 a.m. and you go to bed at 9:30, and you're basically meditating, and you eat a little bit in between there. But I thought it was going to be a little more introspective, and it was more about how to be less reactive in the way you react to things, and being a little more objective, like looking at things. It gives you the tools to give yourself a few more seconds to react to things, instead of just being like, fuck you, get out of here, I don't like you. You just gives you a second to be like, okay, well, this is just their experiences or whatever, and I'm going to evaluate on my part of that and not be so upset about it.
Breathe.
And the other part is you're sitting there meditating for hours, and your butt hurts and your back hurts, and you're just in you're feeling like you're in a lot of pain. You want to run away.
It sounds great.
And at some point you realize that you're not really in pain, right? You're not actually getting hurt. You're just sitting, and you know that in your head. But then at some point your brain shuts that off, like the lactic acid or whatever's happening in your body, and then you don't have that pain anymore. And so then you realize that the way I think about it is when you jump into a lake and it's cold and it's really uncomfortable for a minute, but it's fine. And after a second, you're not going to die. You're just cold.
Right.
And, or
it's shocking.
A cold water bath or something, something like that. You're not going to die. You're not going to be actually hurt, but it's really uncomfortable. So you realize that your brain is doing that on a lot of different levels, and you can somewhat, control that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a very weird experience that I may not do again, but I would definitely recommend it for everybody. What'd you learn
from it?
Just to be look at things a little more objectively and compassionately, and how to not act so reactively, not to be so reactive, and to give myself a second or two to think about things before I just get upset.
That's super valuable.
And it's non-religious. Basically, it doesn't fit in. If it offends anybody, then they don't include it. And that's another aspect that I really liked about it, is nobody's going to be upset that you're trying to learn more about yourself and how to control your own emotions.
Right.
No religion is going to be upset about that.
Yeah, I think part of that comes with age too. I remember I don't know how old you are, but in my 40s, I heard this great little mantra that I use all the time, which is, what other people think of me is none of my business.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
and you have to do that in the job you're in.
Well, and then the other part is taking a personal accountability for what's happening, because you're 50% of whatever this thing is happening.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. Someone can,
or 100%. And they might be 100%.
Yeah. And I think that's part of maturity too, is when you're younger, you're like, this person did this to me, and they did that to me, and this person hurt me. And then later on, you're like, well,
I own this. What's the common denominator?
Yeah.
Right here.
I'm the thing that, maybe could have changed that a little bit.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I might try that.
You should try it.
I might, actually.
Yeah.
I'm at a spot right now in my life where I probably should.
It's incredibly
check that out.
Interesting. And the other piece is having 10 days to, think and have space for myself, when I haven't taken that in a very long time.
Probably helped your creativity.
And not only that, but clarity.
Yeah. What am I going to work on?
And you're not having, you have no alcohol, no drugs, no,
right.
You're sleeping, you're meditating, you're resting, you're literally just, kind of having this clarity moment in your life where you're like, this is very interesting. I can control what's happening in this vessel.
Yeah. No, I think I need some of that right now. After everything I've been going through.
Yeah. I think
man,
I think it's good for everybody.
Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
I've been sort of, my wife was the chef, so last 3 months, she's not been around.
Yeah.
So it's like, I have to cook for myself now, and I get to cook for myself because I always like cooking.
Yeah.
But she's so fucking good.
Yeah.
That I was like, oh, I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
I'm get out of my kitchen, And so now I've been like, I had my kids over last week, and I'm like, they don't all like the same thing.
Yep.
So you have to deal with that.
Yep.
Hey, we're gonna do a Mexican theme. Then they kind of drove the menu. I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
But one of them doesn't like Mexican at all. So I'm like, okay, great. So I go, I gotta get creative here. I gotta think about it. So I made a pork roast.
Yeah. I was just gonna say
that I could eat for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
With potatoes and carrots and the dill. Yeah. Slow cooked it. It's great. Got up at 7. Made this thing. And I'm like, you know what? If you want it for your tacos, you can put it on there.
If you want to eat a pork roast?
Pull pork, great. If you want to eat pork roast, everybody's happy.
Yeah.
And then I made street corn.
Okay.
Which I had at a place I love, Bad Seed. And that's starting to happen. Hilliard's starting to happen now.
It is, yeah.
There's some good Kismet's over there. Yep. It's good.
Yeah.
That place is great. And I'm like, I wonder if I could make that.
Yeah.
So, YouTube, whatever.
It's delicious, yeah.
Phenomenal. And I'm like,
so easy. Yeah.
For you.
Yeah.
But
I do take that.
Easy.
I do actually take that for granted sometimes.
I bet you do.
I forget about it. That other people have to think about it, and it's literally second nature.
You could make this
yeah.
Right. It is not.
My daughter, my girlfriend are like, I feel like having green curry tonight. Okay, got it.
Boom. Yeah. No, I can't. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Can't get corn.
yeah.
Wait, frozen corn. Okay. Get char it, all that stuff. So I made this whole thing, and I'm like, I just hope it's good.
Yeah.
Like, I think I did this right.
Yeah.
And I tasted it. I'm like, I think it's great. And then the true test though is my daughter, who is a very good chef.
Yeah.
She's like, can I have the recipe for that street corn? I'm like,
I won.
Victory. Yeah. Everybody was happy. Everybody had food.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I'm excited to kind of cook and learn stuff. Where's the best place to learn? Is it just make your own stuff? And
oh man, we have so much technology at our hands. You could find it. I guess
it's true, right?
You got to sort
YouTube helped me. I sort of took two and I combined them and made what I wanted.
Yeah, and I think like you can take, especially with the ChatGPT. Not that I want to make everyone upset here, but
I know, no, it's a tool.
It's a tool. Use it as a tool. Like you can find anything you need. Like you feel like street corn, you can ask it the best recipe for street corn. And it may be a watered down version or not exactly authentic or culturally appropriate or whatever, but it's going to be pretty okay. It'll scratch your itch.
Kind of what I did.
Yeah.
I mean, you might not have even eaten my street corn, but it was for me. I was
Yeah, you can get something. So that's when people haven't had a lot of cooking experience. I say just learn a couple dishes. Like do it first, change what you don't like, and then you just fine tune it over time, and then you have your version of street corn that is really authentic to you because it's your experiences that you've had, and the things you like.
Right. I'm enjoying cooking again.
Yeah.
I guess that's the cool part of it.
Yeah.
And I have chickens that my wife had, and we would get fresh, eggs, which are the best in the world.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I'm just like, do I want these chickens? And then they started laying again. I'm like, oh yeah, I do. I'm keeping the girls.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks.
I appreciate your time.
Yeah, of course.
And mostly,
thanks for having me.
Mostly, I appreciate your food.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
MIP Podcast was filmed at the studio of Corner Booth Media. Please sure to like, subscribe, and follow us on social media. You can also listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music, and anywhere podcasts can be found.
We'd love it if you'd rate, review, and subscribe to help our podcast grow. Be good to yourself. Stay interesting.